You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Sabres Zone.
Hi, good evening everybody. Welcome to the Sabres Zone, the video on this channel, if you're new, that discusses what one of you had to say. So I picked out a clip. Guys, you're going to forgive me because I got to clean my glasses. They were blurry. I was struggling with that last video because I don't use my brains all the time and I forget to clean my glasses. One of those things that I just give up. I give up trying to remember. All right, let's take a look at the clip. I figure another Sabres Zone, give us some Sabres chat to talk about, and here we go. I think Buffalo, shout out goes to Casey, C. Casey, and Casey says, I think Buffalo now are in a great position to trade some draft picks for high-end talent because we may lose some of the prospects if we don't trade some away, like trading picks in coming years. Yeah, Casey, if you've noticed, I've changed my tune about that on the channel. I have, I'm negotiable to trading players to get somebody like a Keller, let's say, if we could get Keller on the team, or Lawson Krause. Because if anybody has the high-end talent that we can trade, it's us. You know, everybody's talking, oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sick of the Red Wings. I don't hate the Red Wings, I don't. I seen this team suffer in the 70s. This team was nothing till they drafted Yzerman in the 80s. The biggest thing they had there for the longest time was Reed Larson. I mean, they didn't really have anything for years, Detroit. Then they drafted this guy named Steve Yzerman, who was phenomenal, an awesome hockey player. And they started getting criticized because they had too many Russian players. And we realized after, I always believed the Russians could win the Stanley Cup. I don't know why people thought that way, but anyway. And then, of course, with all the Russian players, they broke through and had a great era, right? But now Yzerman signs this DeBrincat. I'm only going to talk about this for a minute. And he's a genius all of a sudden, again, guys. And guys, how hard is it to sign somebody who wants to play for you and nobody else? You know, like, but in my opinion, too much. $8 million for that guy. Too much. It's too much. We got Tage for less. We got Dylan Cousins for less than they got for DeBrincat. So we'll see. It might help them this year, but I like our first line a lot better, I'll tell you what. And I like our farm system a lot better because that's why I'm pissed off, because I see all these channels talking about how their farm system is the deepest right now. I don't believe it is, though. I think we're right up there. No, the Sabres have tons of good depth, and this is what Casey's talking about here, is we're going to have to trade some of that away to take the next step. But Casey, I think what we should do, honestly, let's wait, take the steps first till we're sure, you know? I don't want to start trading these pieces away and then we look back, unless it's a sure thing what we're doing like a goalie, like a Gibson, okay? Like a Gibson. And we have to toss 2 picks their way, Lawson Krause. A perfect fit is what I'm saying. If we can get a perfect fit on the Sabres, then yes, okay. I'm open to doing it because I, as much as all of you want to see this team this year thrive, guys, I feel we're close. I don't think we're even going to have to wait another year. But I always say it just to caution people, calm down, guys, calm down, because all of a sudden, if we take a step backwards, everybody's going to panic. And I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen here, Casey. Everybody's going to panic. Whereas me, I'm going to look at it like it's normal. It's possible, so it's normal. But I could then see the Sabres finishing something like 16-2-2 at the end of the season. It's kind of the way I see young teams. They take a step backwards, and then all of a sudden they just come at you like a locomotive, and they're there for the next 10 years after that. So whatever it is, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And I'm looking at the teams in the division. We're going to be better than Montreal this year, for sure. Ottawa's up in the air, guys. I think we'll be better than Detroit. I do. Even though they got DeBrincat, I look at their roster, I look at our roster, we're so much better on defense. We're so much further ahead of them. They don't got a stud goalie like we do, and they don't got the big centerman like we do. The Sabres are the easy pick there, really. But I don't doubt Detroit because it's a young squad. But if you look at their team, they're not that young like everybody thinks. Okay, they're not. We'll talk about that in a further video. Ottawa worry me a little more than Detroit, and everybody's talking about how Ottawa got fleeced. How do you get fleeced when this guy's holding you ransom and you still manage to get a first-round pick and an NHL-ready player and Kubalik? How is it that they got fleeced? Did they win the trade? No, but they didn't get fleeced. They might pick a Hall of Fame player with that first rounder. You know what I mean? People like jump the gun way too early when it comes to trades. That's a thing. Inexperienced fans, I should say, do that all the time. I'm more worried about Ottawa, okay, when it comes to the teams within our tier, so to say, the Buffalo, Detroit, Ottawa, Montreal gang. I'll throw Montreal in there too. I think Buffalo is the better of the 4 teams there. Boston, I think Boston will still finish in front of us. Depending what happens with Swayman. If Swayman walks, somehow, if they have to trade Swayman, no. They're not going to finish in front of us with Elmark. That's not happening. They're going to need Swayman also. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Toronto should finish in front of us. I think we'll finish in front of Tampa, guys. I do. Florida's a tricky one. But you know what? I think we'll finish in front of Florida. I do. I just think I think the Sabres are going to surge this year, but things have to happen. Okay, we're talking about this. We have to finish we have to get those pieces of the puzzle on the team. If we can do that, I'm going to feel really good about our chances of even finishing second. I don't like the odds of finishing in front of Toronto yet. I might change my mind when I see what we're going to ice at the. We might be right up there, guys. We might be one of those teams challenging for first all year. Look what Jersey did last year. That could be kind of our season next year. It could be. Now that's a tall task. Jersey had a phenomenal season. Could we do a 50-win season? It's possible. It's possible. Got to stay healthy. Got to make the right calls, though. We still have, I believe. We don't have a 50-win team yet. If we could get, a few more pieces on this team, I'd feel pretty damn good about it. At least the goalie situation I'd like to see fixed. But if they're going to go with Levi and UPL, we're going to pay the price to a degree. It's not like UPL's going to sink us. He's not. But he's going to hurt us more than Gibson and Nets would. If we had Gibson and Levi going, not only is that a good... Levi gets to be mentored, which Levi's very open to being mentored by an older goalie. He's a respectful kid, you can tell. And I think that's going to be important. And I think it's a hole that we got to fix. I do. So I hope we do. I mean, look, I'll be open-minded to it when the season starts. If we're going to go with the 2 young guys, it's my team. I'll root them on and see what happens. I just hope we don't get... we come out of the gate bad because of goaltending, and let's say Levi gets hurt, anything's possible, guys, in this game. So I get a little nervous with this. So my thoughts on that are that. Is there anything else I should touch on? I do believe that trading these picks. Yeah, I'm open-minded to it now, Casey, I am. But it's got to be the right trade, not just to go and get more talent and more guys that are going to cost like $6, $7, $8 million bucks. We can't do that either. We can't afford it. As crazy as that sounds, we cannot afford it because we got to lock in Power. We got to lock in Darlene. We got to think about next year's cap. That's the cap where the cap really starts for real. When our core's locked in, that's when we're going to see and feel like a regular team again. When we look at our cap, we'll be talking about opening 5 million, 4 million. You know what I mean, guys? We won't have any of this 20 million thing happening anymore or 18 million or whatever it is. We're not going to have it happening anymore. I'm going to miss it, I'll be honest. But if we get all our core locked in, job well done, right? I mean, no matter what, job well done by Adams. So I think that's a great idea. I'm open to it. But I just want to wait till the right trade. I just don't want to go and trade like 3 pieces out and to get, put it this way. I wouldn't want to do what Ottawa did when they gave all that up for DeBrincat, or what Toronto did when they gave all those draft picks up for Ryan O'Reilly. Like, what was Toronto thinking? I still don't get it, really. It even aggravates me, and it's not even my team, but it aggravates me. Like, GMs can be so stupid sometimes. As long as we don't do that, I'm good. If we're going to get a player that we need, not that we want, that we need. Fill our needs, not our wants, is what I'm saying. Maybe that's what I'll call the video. Who knows? Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to ensure Dimension access.